What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back again with another Tottenham update for you guys. Before we get into all the news, go check out our website, wearetottenhamtv.com. You can see it on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen right now. We'd really appreciate if you do go check out the website for all the articles and all the merch. If you want to go check that out, it would really help support the channel. Joining me on today's Tottenham update is the one and only Brian Daigle. How are we doing today, Brian?
We are doing good, my man. Spending time with you is always a blessing and a privilege, and everyone watching. So looking forward to seeing what this update brings us.
Well, with the transfer window well underway, let's get into the prospective transfer news. And this is one which is definitely hotting up, and it is Radu Dragusin, of course. And first of all, Ben Jacobs says, Spurs now optimistic on signing Radu Dragusin from Genoa. Talks progressing. Dragusin has already agreed. As reported, Spurs' starting position was to try and do a deal for about 17 to 20 million, even though Genoa have been pushing for about 25 million as of lunch today. Parties not too far apart. Damasio reports that Tottenham remain in pole position in for Radu Dragusin. There is a distance between Genoa's requested and Spurs' offer still, which is why the deal is not closed yet. However, Tottenham are confident to complete the deal. And Fabrizio Romano has chimed in saying Tottenham and Genoa have a new round of talks today already scheduled to advance the Dragusin deal. Initial verbal proposal from Spurs is around 23 million euro, while Genoa asking price is 30 million euro. Contact will continue soon with Tottenham. And Dragusin's agent has chimed in, as he always seems to do at this point. He says he does not, this is what the quotes from Dragusin's agent says. He says he does not think about money, but about prospects for growth and the team he can play for. We were contacted by some Saudi Pro League clubs, but he did not even want to listen to their proposals. Personally, I've not been contacted by Napoli, Roma or Milan. In any case, Radu is not thinking about leaving Genoa mid-season. It would be like leaving some unfinished business. I've had contacts with clubs, including Tottenham and others, but at this moment he does not want to leave. If Genoa does talk to someone and does reach an agreement, we will listen to their proposal. I don't know exactly what idea the club has and what formula they would eventually consider for his sale. So obviously he's kind of playing the game at the moment, isn't he, the agent? Sounds like he's trying to get as much money for the wages as possible. But this one, look, it's definitely hotting up. It does seem to be going in the right direction. And if all going well, hopefully we'll have a new centre-back before too long.
Yeah, listen, I will go on a little tirade here, but not an in-depth one. Listen, do I think the deal is going to get done? 100%. Do I think this Dragusin will be a Spurs player? 100%. The bit that's annoyed me is this was all going absolutely swimmingly yesterday. Then obviously it's this gap in price again. And yes, don't get me wrong, it's agents, and this is what agents do. But this is what happens if you start doing this 5 million apart or 3 million apart. We desperately need a defender. 30 million euros is, as we've been called, the sweet spot. Pay the 30 million. Done. There's no, oh, wait a minute, we're fishing for more. It's done. With other players, like Liverpool with Van Dijk, you want 75 mil, here's 75 mil, deal done. This is agent talk. This isn't the club. This isn't whatever. But we're in this situation again because someone has to win the negotiations. When you desperately need a centre-back, we know it, injury depleted. We know it, third worst defence calendar goal for the calendar year. Yes, Romero and Van de Ven injured made a contribution to that. Worst defence recent history last season. 4 fullbacks playing in defence. You need a centre-back. Pay 30 million, job done. But here we are. But like I said, I expect this deal to happen. We were just hoping it would be smooth sailing. But whenever is it smooth sailing with Tottenham and a January transfer window?
Never is. But look, there's always going to be a bit of bartering, isn't there? But between the clubs, they're trying to get the best price for them. Levy's obviously trying to shave as much money off as possible. As Ben Jacobs saying, we're looking to do a deal between 17 and 20. The Genoa want around 25. I'm sure they'll split the difference to like 22.5 or something, and a deal will get done, and it'll be completed around that. And that, look, for a 21-year-old centre-back who you've scouted and you believe can really make an impact and has a bright future, Like, that's a good price. And for a defender as well, who can play in our system, hopefully can play in the high line and has experience playing in Serie A, like, that could very much be a bit of a steal down the line if all goes well. So I think that for that kind of money, especially with the current market at the moment, I mean, yeah, there really shouldn't be too many sticking points when it comes to that kind of price, you know, especially for how desperate we are for that position.
So, I mean, put it this way: when you say the split could be like, let's say it's the 5 million, and they meet in the middle, 2.5 million, finishing in the top 4 is worth a hell of a lot more than 2.5 million. Finishing as high as you can in the Premier League is a lot more than 2.5 million. This isn't a fee that is big, that is easy for Tottenham Hotspur. This is 2.5 million is nothing in the grand scheme of things to Tottenham Hotspur, but we have to win the negotiation. You're desperate for a player. You pay. If you've got a leaky roof, you don't just go, well, let's get a cowboy in. You pay for a plumber to come in and fix it as quickly as possible. Well, we need to get a centre back to plumb to sort out the holes in the defence. 2.5 million, just get it done. Like I said, he will be a Spurs player, that I have no doubt. It's just the same old again.
And last story is about 황희찬, and this comes from Footy Insider, and they're saying that Tottenham are monitoring Wolves forward 황희찬. The club scouts have been blown away by Hwang's performances for Wolves this season since his move into a centre forward role. Hwang has notched 11 goals and 3 assists across 21 appearances in all competitions this season. 황희찬, Brian, is that one you would really like at Tottenham?
I have to say, if I didn't mention this person's name, he'd kill me. Tottenham on Tour's very own Ben Kaufman loves this player. Absolutely loves him. And you know what? I admire his work rate. I think he's had a very, very good month. I can see why. I wouldn't say no to, in all honesty. I like this player. Ben really, really likes him. He's in Ben Kaufman. Can we get better? Yes, I think we can. Do I think he could come in and do a very good job for Tottenham Hotspur? I most certainly do. You see, when we talked about Gibbs White yesterday and people were going about Forest and where they are in the league, he's doing very, very well in a very well-drilled Gary O'Neill team who are starting to show true form. And I think Hwang could be a very good signing for Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's a good player. I think he's having an exceptional season. I do wonder whether this season I'm not saying he's a one-season wonder, because I don't think he is. I think he's a really good player, but I feel like he's really suited to how Wolves play, like on the counter-attack, like bursting into space with his pace, and like I think he really likes to play in space. If he was at Tottenham in this more possession-based system, would he be as effective? I do question that. I don't know whether, and also where would he fit in at Tottenham? Would he be a winger? Would he be up front? Is he good enough to be our striker? I don't know. If he's a winger, is he the kind of winger that we kind of want? I don't know if he is. He's more of an inside forward than a winger. So I don't know if he's that kind of guy who takes on his defenders in one-on-one duels and stuff like that. What I do know is very quick, has got a very good finish, but he's quite clinical. So he definitely has his attributes. I just question whether he's completely right for us. I don't know. And it will probably take a big bid to get him because, just signed a contract to Wolves. So I don't think this one's a goer at the moment, but maybe one to keep your eye on potentially.
Yeah, this one I could see. We talk about Gallagher maybe heating up towards the end. I think you're looking at the end of the window, maybe a summer for this one. I think you're right, Simeon, actually, with the things you said about would he fit our system. I just think one thing he will give us is a lot of power, a lot of hold-up play for oncoming runners. I think Maddison would be able to. He'd be able to strike up. Anyone could really with Maddison. Like I said, would he be my first choice? No. Do I think he could do a job at Spurs? Absolutely.
But that is all we have time for today for today's Tottenham Update. Let me know in the comment section below anything we discussed today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.
Come on you Spurs.